So I thought it would be easier to do before I go over all of the Blu-rays and do a like an overview like I did before. I thought I'd just do a quick update for the stuff that I do have to filter in, which is what I showed in the little short just a minute ago. So the last couple of months I've been trying to collect as many of the Disney classics as possible. So I've got another 5. You'll see the Disney collection when I do the full video soon. But these 5 are the ones, the most recent ones that I've picked up. I do have some more on the way, which I managed to get off Vinted, which I've found Vinted is quite a good place to pick up really, really cheap Blu-rays. But I'm just waiting for them to arrive. Hopefully they'll be here by the end of the week. But these are the ones that I've picked up, mostly from Amazon and, well, these. One of them's from CEX. The rest of them are from Music Magpie in their, I think it was 4 for 5 or 5 for £5. I can't even remember what it was. 4 for £8, something like that. So the first one from Kex is The Jungle Book, which is spine number 19. So that's The Jungle Book. Good film. Disney. Then we've got The Fox and the Hound. I don't actually remember anything about this film, apart from it being one of the lesser films from the 80s. The 80s was a bizarre decade for Disney. I think they were close to bankruptcy, or there was budget issues. So there was only a few. I think it was The Fox and the Hound, Rescuers Down Under, which was 1989, and until The Little Mermaid, but also Black Cauldron, and I can't remember what else. Basil the Great Mouse Detective, I think. It wasn't a great decade for Disney animated movies, but Fox and the Hound was one of the earlier ones. This is spine number 24. I think, what year did this come out? It came out, it doesn't actually say. Normally it says the year on the back of the Blu-ray, but I have to look into that. But the DVD came out the Blu-ray came out in 2012, and yeah, that's Fox and the Hound. Then we have, this one was brand new. This is the Emperor's New Groove from 2001, I think, or 2000. Blu-ray was released in 2014. This is spine number 39. Don't know if you can see that. Spine number 39. This is the Emperor's New Groove. I have seen this. I watched this for the first time this year, but I watched it on Disney Plus, not on Blu-ray. But I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. This is one I've never actually seen, but it's spine number 44. It is Home on the Range, and still need to get Brother Bear as well. Don't really know much about this one apart from it basically being the nail in the coffin for the 2D traditional aspect of Disney classics. And the final one is the last 2D hand-drawn animated film that Disney put out. It is The Princess and the Frog from, I think, 2009? I can't remember. But I think this one was kind of made on the what's the word for it? On the recommendation, I suppose, of John Lasseter, who kind of championed Disney doing 2D animation. I can understand why this failed, because it feels more like a classic Disney film with the songs and stuff, whereas I personally, as a Disney fan, as a person who watches Disney movies not that often, I think the later Disney films like Atlantis and Treasure Planet and Lilo and Stitch are more my sort of era of Disney, even like from, I suppose, when you think about it, like the Disney Renaissance from the Little Mermaid onwards. So this kind of feels more like a throwback to the 60s and 70s Disney movies, and I think that's what basically killed They killed it at the box office. It's all right though. I remember watching this when it came out. Yeah, and that was like £2, so I'm not going to knock that. So that's the Disney movies. Next, we've got a film I've never seen, but a film that is from Guy Ritchie, and it was a cheap one. It is The Man from U.N.C.L.E., starring Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer and Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Debicki, and Hugh Grant, who seems to be in pretty much all of Guy Ritchie's movies since this one, and what was the other one he was in? The Gentleman, the latest one, which is Operation Fortune. I know this has got a really crazy like boat chase or something, but I'm looking forward to giving this a pop. I do like a Guy Ritchie movie. I prefer his sort of gangstery type of films to his big budget studio stuff like Disney's. What was the one he did? Aladdin, and like that shitty Robin Hood film he did, or the King Arthur one. I can't remember which one it was, but looking forward to watching The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I remember watching the TV show when I was a kid. Then we have a film that I have seen a few times, but I've never owned on Blu-ray, and I do have a DVD somewhere, but it is Mel Gibson's Braveheart. Classic movie, absolutely fantastic score by Jerry. My head's gone. James Horner, not Jerry. I was going to say Jerry Goldsmith, but it's not. It's James Horner. Multiple Oscar winner. Just a cracking film all around. Looking forward to giving that a blast because it's been a long time since I've seen it. Then we have Quiet Place. So I have A Quiet Place 2, and I haven't seen either of them. So I was waiting to get this before I watched the Quiet Place 2 because I'm going to probably do them back to back, and I know there's a third one coming. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing all three of them. But yeah, looking forward to this. I do love a post-apocalyptic movie, and I do love a creature feature as well. So yeah, and also Emily Blunt's cool, and John Krasinski's cool too. So then the next one is the original version of Dune, the David Lynch film. I have seen this. I've seen this multiple times. I really, really like Dune. I have the remake, the Denis Villeneuve version, which I have yet to watch. But I know that the sequel to that is out soon, so hopefully when the sequel is out, I will pick that up and I can do it back to back. But yeah, really like this one. This was really cheap, like super cheap. I think I picked it up in CEX for like £3 or £5, I think it was. It's not the Arrow release. This is released by High Flyers, but it is it's not the extended one, but it is widescreen anyway. So I do have it on DVD, which is where I first saw it. Saw it for the first time on TV when I was younger, but it'd been years, and I really do like it. So I'm gonna watch this on my big ass TV and enjoy it. But yeah, that's Dune. Then we've got a couple more Disney films. These are more live action ones. We have the original Tron from 1980 or 1981. 1980, I think it is. Directed by Steve Lisberger. He also made that Disney Olympics. Yeah, he also made Disney Olympics or Disney Olympics. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this was a cheapo. I think it was like £4, £5 in CEX. So I'm not going to knock that. And it's got the Slippy and it's in really good nick. And I've also got the sequel, Tron Legacy, which I actually picked up today, which was £1. And it's in perfect condition. Has the slip as well, and they fit nicely. Hang on, I can't even get them straight. They fit nicely on the shelf. The spines look pretty cool next to each other. Although I think it would have been better if the Tron Legacy logo was the same as the original one. So yeah, Tron and Tron Legacy. I love Tron. It's one of my favourite films I watched as a kid. And we've got two from Germany to buff out the collection. The first one is Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or from Germany, Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters. These are still sealed because these only arrived like 2 days ago and I haven't had time to do much with them. So I need to find somewhere to put that. I've also got Godzilla, Kong, King of Skull Island, or Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla vs. Kong. I have seen this. I watched it when it first came out. It just took me a while to pick up the Blu-ray. So looking for that. Looking forward to watching that again. And Upgrade. This is a banger of a movie. It's very John Carpenter-y, and it is from... I can't even remember his name. James... Is it James? No. I was thinking James Wan, but it's not. It's Lee Wannell. Yeah. Awesome movie. Better cover than the UK one, and it's not out of print. Unlike the Second Sight release, which is massively out of print, and I don't even like the cover art on this. So this is the original poster art. This film is so badass. I love this movie. I'm so glad I've got it in the collection now. Yeah, really cool movie. And the final three are from the Powerhouse Indicator 3 for £20. The first one is the Roger Corman film, The St. Valentine's Day Massacre, starring Jason Robards, George Segal, Ralph Meeker, and Gene Hale. Always one I've wanted to get on DVD. I love Roger Corman films. I have a ton of them on DVD, which are now in storage, unfortunately. Everything from the early creature features he did in the 1950s all the way up to... what's that one he did? With Angie Dickinson and William Shatner. I can't remember now. But yeah, I do love a Roger Corman film. Inspirational Roger Corman man. This is very blurry. I apologise. Let's see if I can get it to focus a bit better. So that's the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Then we have the China Syndrome. A great film. Again, I've seen this before. Had it on I have it on DVD somewhere. It's got Jack Lemmon, Jane Fonda, and Michael Douglas, and it is directed by James Bridges. Yeah, pretty cool. Looking forward to watching that. Again, it's been years since I've seen this, and there's a load of extras on there, which is cool. But then it is a Indicator release. Even St. Valentine's Day Massacre's got loads on there. And the final one from the Indicator 3 for $20 is a film I haven't seen, but it. Sort of a World War II film, but not a World War II film. It's set in the aftermath of World War II. Apparently based on real events. It is the Odessa File, starring John Voight. Never seen this film. Always wanted to watch it. Was never really sure what it was. I think I used to get it confused with the Osterman Weekend, or the Oysterman Weekend, the Rutger Hauer film. But yeah, this was... Like I said, in the 3 for $20, and I'm going to at least try and give this a blast at some point. Apologies if the screen is blurry. I'm shooting this on a phone, not a camera, so it's probably not going to focus as well as you expect. Don't mind my finger, I've got a dodgy finger. So yeah, that's the Odessa File, and yeah. So that is all the stuff that somehow needs to be filtered into the bookcases. There are other stuff that I've got on here that have been filtered, that have been purchased recently, like very recently, within like the last couple of weeks, including 6 more Indicator titles, which I will go through when I do the full overview. And if I can get it up there, if I can show you. Up here is all the Disney films that I've acquired. It's not all of them, because I don't think I've got the room. I've also got a fair few more of the Premiere Collection, which I'm not sure if they've been discontinued. From what I hear, they have, or possibly not been, because Warner Brothers have started doing the Warner Archive Blu-rays in the UK now. There's a couple on there that I want, but are £15 a pop. It's actually not bad, $14.99. But yeah, I'll have to wait and see if there's any more, because there's not. I think there's 12 titles in total so far, or maybe 20 titles. I'll have to go back on the website and check out. But there you go. That is an update of the stuff that I recently bought that I have no room to filter into the bookcases here, as you can see. The only reason I haven't done the update yet is because the bookcases need a bit of a tidy. They are covered in action figures. That's what I'm currently watching. I am watching The World at War, which is very, very interesting. And yeah, so thank you all for watching. I'm going to spin the camera around and say, hey, thanks all for watching. Cheers.